next 30 years in which it's going to be flown. In your budget, gentlemen, did you prioritize investments in the modernization of the facilities upon which all readiness is based? For example, depots, shipyards, arsenals, the bases, the ranges, the housing. Is that included in your budget, Mr. Secretary?
We continue to invest in the SIOP program. We continue to invest in housing, and we have some $5.1 billion invested in increasing operational effectiveness and survivability on our bases. So it's an ongoing thing that we're focused on, and we continue to try to invest in increasing the capability here.
Jen.
When we were all gathered together to talk about the budget document for 2023, we had a discussion concerning SLCM, the Sea-Launched Cruise Missile. It is a low-yield nuclear weapon. It was a capability that we had previously that was retired in 2010. The decision had been made to redeploy the SLCM capability. In our budget hearings in 2023, you stated that redeploying SLCM was important for U.S. credible deterrence. Specifically, you said, the President deserves to have multiple options to deal with national security situations, recognizing the change that has occurred in Russia's posture. Does that remain your position today?
It does. There's alternative views, but that's my position. That's correct.
Thank you. Turning to the issue of spectrum, that is radio frequency spectrum. As you know, DoD is not just a user of radio frequency. You're a part of the federal government. The federal government is an owner of radio frequency. You don't operate in those frequency areas as a licensee or pursuant to a lease. You are part of the use of the federal government of reserving to itself for its own use radio frequency spectrum. There have been attempts to diminish or limit the access of the Department of Defense to radio frequency spectrum. I believe it's in the 3.1 to 3.45 gigahertz spectrum. I know you'd know more about this than I would. Could you please give us some information about what would that mean if we require DoD to move from the spectrum that you're currently in, or if we allow others into the spectrum? How would that affect your operations?
It would be significant. I don't want to go into great detail in an unclassified session, but it would be significant in terms of our ability to sense the environment and respond to threats in the environment, things like radars, et cetera. So I think...
I think you need to turn your microphone on.
Oh, okay. So let me just say that again. It would be significant impact, I think, on national security if we were compelled to vacate that portion of the spectrum. There's an ongoing study. My recommendation has been to the Secretary and to don't make any final decisions until that study is complete, which is estimated to be in September. When that study is complete, then we can make some fully informed recommendations, and then the President can make appropriately informed decisions on what to do with that spectrum. Ultimately, a lot of people want to share it, and I understand that, and I understand the principle behind it, and I think the economy is really important, and there's trillions of dollars at stake here. All of that's true. But there's also significant national security interest in that particular portion of the spectrum. So we've got to do it right, and if we make a mistake at it, we're going to be paying for it for years, not only in dollars, but in risk for a decade or two.
So it would affect our capabilities, correct?
I'm sorry?
General? It would affect our capabilities.
It would absolutely affect
and
our
it would cost us trillions of dollars, not just trillions of dollars in the economy, trillions of dollars in defense spending to try to adjust, to move you from your spectrum.
To be honest, I'd have to get you some numbers off to Mike McCord, but it'll be a lot. It'll be a lot of money.
Excellent. Turning to, sorry, Secretary, my question's for General Milley.